How to get your husband to earn more money. Every time I do one of these videos, I get a flood of emails asking me, how do I get my husband to earn more? Do you do marriage counseling? And, how can I help my husband to get better? And I have to apologize because I forget to tell women in my videos when I do these videos that 99.99999999999% of my content is for single women. It is not for married women. Because I am trying to get single women to choose better, to make better choices in the husbands they choose, so they do not end up becoming naked wives. Okay. And so I have to start trying to remember that I need to preface my videos by saying my content is not for every woman. My content is for a very specific demographic of women, single women who are dating for marriage. It's not for married women. Once in a while, I'll do a video for married women, or I might mention something in my video from married women, like yesterday when I said encourage him, praise him, respect him, honor him, adore him. But in 99.999% of my content is for single women who still have the ability to choose your husbands. Okay. I just wanted to jump on really quick and do that. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hope all is well. Thank you. And shout out to all my cousins. Thank you for all the comments. I absolutely love you. I adore you. Thank you for commenting on my videos. I really appreciate you. And if you're new here, my name is Janice. It is my wedding anniversary, so I'm trying to spend some time talking about marriage and so on and so forth. But mostly my content is about dating and choosing the right husband. So whenever I do the video, like I did the video yesterday, I get a flood of wives emailing me, do I do marriage counseling? How can I get my husband to earn more? One wife said he's just happy making $35,000 a year. Well, here's the thing, ladies. This is why the husband you choose will determine the rest of your life, which is really what I want this video to be about. But I want it to be the title of the video, but because that's the question I got, how to get your look is, first of all, if you are married and you are not in a happy, fulfilling, satisfied, blessed, healthy, wealthy, love, pleasures forevermore. The Lord gave me that revelation yesterday while I was praying, and thank you, God, for 12 years of marriage. The Lord dropped in my spirit, pleasures forevermore. Y'all know what that means. Pleasures forevermore. I sort of kind of encourage you not to listen to my content. Because if you do, my content is going to annoy you and upset you and annoy your spirit and going to make you uncomfortable, and it's going to cause you to want more. However, if you are married and that's not what you have, I encourage you to find your tribe. Yes, I want my channel to grow, and I want lots of comments on my videos, and I want my videos to go through the roof when I do them. However, I realize that my content is so different. That's why YouTube don't push my videos, because my content is about loving your husband, respecting your husband, honoring your husband, praising your husband, submitting to your husband, praying for your husband. And they don't want this information out there. But I guarantee you, if I was on here talking about how much I hate my husband, how bad he is, how terrible he is, he broke, dusty, he ain't got no money, he ain't making no money, he cheating on me, he beat me and the kids, my videos would be through the roof. I saw this one lady came on YouTube last year talking, she got a divorce, how bad her marriages and encouraging young women not to get married, and y'all don't need a man, and y'all don't need no husband, and all this stuff. And her channel's already at 100,000. I think the last time somebody sent me one of her videos that I don't review, because obviously she needs to go to counseling, because not all men are bad. You just chose a bad one. So I encourage you to find your tribe. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but this over here, this is a happy marriage. It's a fulfilling marriage. It's a love, pleasures forevermore marriage. It's a wealthy marriage. It's a healthy marriage. We go to marriage counseling all the time. Matter of fact, I forgot, I have to call our marriage counselor. We believe in marriage counseling. We believe in doing the work. I shared how my husband called the marriage counselor on me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, you called Dr. Counselor on me? I couldn't believe it. I gotta ask him if he remember why he called the marriage counselor on me. I don't remember, but I'm gonna ask him if he remember. Over here, we do the work. We believe in working together to make our marriage work. But in order for you to do that, you would have to have chosen the right husband for you. Another reason I don't do marriage counseling, because like I said, 99.999999999% of marriages are struggle of marriages. That's why I don't like to review married couples content. That's why it's hard for me to watch Married to Medicine and Marriage Love Huntsville. It's very hard because they're struggle love marriages. They're struggling to stay together. Plus, I don't really like to talk on people's marriages. You know what I mean? Unless it's an article that I can read or something, I don't really like to review people's marriages. Married at First Sight is different, okay? Because it's like, oh my God, it's a train wreck about to happen. Marrying a stranger. So if you listen to my content and you're getting real antsy and itchy about your husband, you have to stop listening to my content, because the husband you choose will determine the rest of your life. And I always say, you have to find your tribe. You have to find the right channels, or there's lots of, and again, I am not trying to be funny here, but there are lots of struggle love marriages and content creators and content on YouTube. I don't really listen to other people's marriage content, but I don't find any other channels like my channel who is in a happy, loving, and fulfilling marriage where it's not struggle love. How do you get your husband to earn more? That question always puzzled me. And it goes back to, did you choose a husband that can earn more? In my husband profile course, I talk about something called earning potential. These are things we talk about, and I ask, like, what is his earning potential? Y'all women want men that make $100,000, but does your husband have $100,000 earning potential? What if his earning potential is $35,000? See, I didn't choose a husband whose earning potential is 30. I thought real long and hard about it, which is why it took me forever to meet my husband and get married. So if your husband's earning potential, his marketability is $35,000 and he is happy, please leave that man alone. The last time I did this video, somebody commented, "Oh, you got a good husband. You want those of us who's married to stay with ours." Well, you chose him. You was happy with him before you heard my content. God does not give you an out for divorce because you're struggling or because your husband is happy making $35,000 a year. You knew that before you marry him. You knew that before you chose that man to be your husband. I know exactly what my husband earning potential is. But again, I thought about that before I chose him and married him. And I always say this, ladies, and the Lord gave me an example, and I hate to use this, right? My daughter is a special needs individual, young woman. She's developmentally delayed. Alexia's learning potential. Lexi can't go to college. She doesn't have what it takes to go to college. Unless God work a miracle and realign and reattach stuff that's supposed to be attached for her to be able to go to college, she can't go. She's not going to sit in a college classroom like I did and do science and biology and write 20-page, 30-page papers and all. She does not have that ability to do that because she's developmentally delayed. Well, it's the same thing with your husband. He does not have the capacity. But if he is happy doing what he's doing, if Frank is happy being down at the mechanic store and he get up early every morning, heat, summer, hot, cold, and he go to that mechanic shop and he fix car, and Fred is happy, leave Fred alone. Pray for Fred, bless Fred. Matter of fact, show up some days with some warm lunch for Fred. Because you know what my husband says? If a man loves his job, if you love what you are doing, you will never work a day in your life. This is why my husband said, if he win the lottery, not that they're playing, but you know that they have office pools. If they win the lottery, he's getting up tomorrow morning and he's going to work. Why? He love his job. If I win the lottery, girl, I'm gonna be on the I'm gonna be emailing the pension people what I need to do to retire today. Not that we play. I'm just saying using that as an example. Which is why my husband talked about he worked until he's 70. My husband dad worked until he was like 84, 85. He retired from his regular job and then he was delivering papers and he would wake up 4 o'clock every morning and go deliver people papers. He loved his job. So my husband loves his job. Me, on the other hand, I just want to be home. So if Fred, your husband, loves what he do and he's happy making $35,000 a year, baby, you have to thank God that Fred, you have a good man and Fred love his job and be glad for that $35,000 a year. Maybe you are doing something that is causing you to, you're living outside of your means. You're married, you've been married to this man, and now you hear cousin Janice content, and now you don't want to help him to pay the bills, but you've been paying the bills since you've been married. Excuse me. You've been helping Fred to pay the bills. So now you hear Auntie Janice, cousin Janice content, and you want to stop helping him to pay the mortgage? Well, how is y'all gonna live? If you are married and you have to help your husband put roof over your head, food on your table, clothes on your back, money in the bank, baby, that is what you do. Because if you don't, guess what? Y'all going to be homeless. You're going to be homeless. This is why my content is mostly 99.9999% of my content is for single women who are dating for marriage, who can still date, who can still choose their husband. This is why I have the husband profile course. My book, Dating is for Data, Wisdom, okay? Read the book, Take Your Cookie Off the Table, The Naked Wife, 23 Types of Guys You Might Meet. These are all books to help single women choose their husband, go through the process, do your negotiables and your non-negotiables. Why are you marrying him? What is his earning potential? What's his credit score? I was saying he ain't got to have an 800 credit score, but he has to have enough to be able to buy a house. Do you see how God gave me wisdom? Oh, I want him to have an 800 credit score. You don't need an 800 credit score. What is the credit? This is what God told me. What credit score is needed to buy a house? 650 in my days. So yeah, he had to have at least a 650 credit score. Okay. So for the married ladies who are listening and you're discontent in your marriage, I'm sorry. You might have to not listen to my content. You could listen to like Married at First Sight when I do Married at First Sight and all of that. But for the ladies who are choosing, who are dating, who are still single, I've had a couple of ladies who went through my husband profile course who've gotten married. I've had ladies who broke up with their boyfriend to take my course and now they have a husband. I've had ladies who say, "Oh my God, I never thought about all these things." Yes, if you're going to be spending the rest of your life with this man, you need to think about everything because you do not want to get married and then you're like, "Oh, Fred can his earning potential is 35,000. That's all he ever gonna make." And please do not nag him. If Fred is happy, leave Fred. If you can earn some extra money doing YouTube, writing books, driving Uber, whatever you need to do to keep your family together, that is what you do. I'm sorry. It's like this woman, husband making $50,000 a year. You want to be a stay-at-home wife and you got 65 kids. Get your ass up. Put those kids in daycare, in preschool. Where I live, preschool is free, and go work to help your family. And let's talk about them kids. I don't understand how y'all having all these babies. I don't understand. My husband and I, we make good money. And when we got married, we talked about only having two more children because we want to have a comfortable life. We knew our kids want to go to private school. That costs money. We want to go on vacation. That costs money. We want to live on my husband's income only. You have to tighten your bootstraps. God see it fit to only bless us with one more little baby. So that means we have a little bit more money to be flexible with, but also to plan more for generational wealth. So these are all the things you talk about. You at home, your husband ain't making no money, but you're popping all these babies out. Why? You can't take care of them. You can't provide for them. This is not the days of have all the kids you can have. No, have the kids you can afford. If you can't afford 5, don't have 5. If you can only afford 2, have 2. I always say you need at least 2. So again, ladies, I just want to encourage you. I am sorry, but you just have to find your tribe. You have to find people's whose content is, oh, encourage him, oh, push him, oh, help him, oh, build with him, girl, oh, get you another job. That's not me over here. So I can't help you because my content begins with choosing the right husband. And if you choose the right husband, then it's going to help you to have a better life. None of my ladies that went through my husband profile should marry a struggling man. Not one of them. If they do, I'll block them, not talk to them, and disown them. Because we spent 3-4 months talking about, first of all, the first half of the class is about bettering ourselves as women. Because you know what I realized? We want all these wonderful, great men, but we don't want to work on ourselves. If I did not work on myself, when my father in the faith, Pastor Russia, pulled me to the side when I was 19 and told me I was rough around the edges and told me not to have any baby, you could still get a good husband. If I didn't work on myself, I would not have gotten the husband I did. I would not have met and chosen the husband I did. And shout out to the cousin in the comments. She said, if I was overweight, my husband would have never married me. Me too. If I was overweight, Michael Thompson Sr. would never have looked at me. And a lot of you women get in your feelings and in your emotions about that and talking about they are so whatever. Men are visual. They like what they like. The same way we like men to have money in their pockets and be able to provide for us. They like something too. Okay? They want what they want. My husband want to be able to pick me up. That's why he told me, I want to be able to pick you up. So instead of getting emotional, really try to understand men. They're visual and they want what they want, and they have the right to want what they want. The same way you have the right to want what you want. You want a husband, a shepherd husband, a husband that's going to provide for you and to protect you. And your babies, they have a right to want what they want. They want the feminine woman, the kind, the generous woman, and all that. I love you. Comment below if you haven't shown me love and support on my books, all available on Amazon. Be sure to do so. For those of you saying, Janice, I've gotten all of your books, you can cash at me. I love coffee. I'm drinking a cup of coffee right now. Or ice cream. Is getting ready to be summer. It's going to get really hot. I love you. Talk to you later. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Bye.